I'm being honest with you people.
You said during the UFO days in Bonn, you were one person who used to steal chicken.
I'm proud of that too.
And today coming back to tell the Liberian people that you want to have an elected position or occupy an elected position, don't you think someone may refer to you as an old criminal?
And I need one to pull me, I will take it. I did it at that time, so I cannot dodge. But what I'm telling you is this: I have been refined, not only by myself, but by God alone.
But being refined, don't you think it will still follow you? This is a political era. Like you can
Let
remember.
me tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why do you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to steal chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and parade me in Bagan.
Are you making this statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zogis?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there, a younger generation, and know there is hope in the future.
I was asked to replace her, hoping that Nick will follow this. There was a bill at the legislature called an Afatu bill. That bill will definitely benefit our motorcyclists, our tricycles, riders, and the issue of transportation. We were able to support the free education bill. We are the ones at the legislature that is demanding national that government takes responsibility to take care of students who parents cannot afford. But this one will not just be limited to those who parents cannot afford. So we have led a lot of advocacy, at the legislature for the Liberian people, the young people. And today we can see that many good things have happened in Liberia under George Weah's 6 years administration. As a servant of the people in 2 years, we have seen a lot of very good things happening in our district. And we major roads in District Number 9 that were paved. And we also have our young people. So we also fought at the legislature, for which we are asking that there must be vocational education placed into the curriculum.
For the next 14 days, I will keep your crying. And you're crying all over the place? What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boakai couldn't even rescue himself. So when you pass it around, cause that. Where were you when I raised him money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all sitting there talking nonsense? Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He would never deny it because he knows
this. Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
There's part of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Dario Dela, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weah, I want to publicly apologize to President Weah. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Boakai, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. Oke and Princess Elessa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? Then people come and pay. I swear. How we the EPA with me then? Just sang our men and they get it wrong. What's more as edition and singing from Freebo. I was there to, you know, it's on us. We didn't buy it. We didn't motorcycle in it. You go running down. It's a rescue. I just want to ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you. Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. You even claim to even be the hero on your experience. But why you for us? So why the rest press not stable? No job, no food to put on the table. No just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can go. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping people, they breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people. I hate to say you got no love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you. It's a rescue. The people say not like you. You say you was going to change things. But we not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I said, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. That's what I yama 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 yama. I will have drama 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 drama. I live you all sama 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 sama. You wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing. You wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I said, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. That's what I yama 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 yama. I will have drama 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 drama. I live you all sama
Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. This is the official voice of the People's Radio. My name is Khan Oliver Khan. I'm here today on the loan presentation. Princess is not too good. We'll be here up to 6 o'clock today, bringing you all of what you need to know about your country, Liberia. Interestingly, the case of Capital is becoming very comical other than being serious. The Liberia Capital arson case is becoming a case of comedy. State prosecutors, including state witnesses, continue to give us sufficient reason to believe that the government of Liberia is unserious about the case. In fact, the Liberian government got no case in the first place from the way the state prosecutors and the state witnesses continue to argue before the courts. My name is Khan. There are too many issues we'll talk about regarding the Capital arson case. It is becoming increasingly troubling for state prosecutors, state witnesses, to keep providing conflicting information on this particular Capital arson situation. The country Liberia is at the verge of having a reputational damage on her image, particularly the manner in which the government prosecutors and those in charge of the case, specifically the Liberian National Police under Greg Comer, gathered and processed their evidence. The justification for indicting those under investigation. There were too many missteps along the way. Too many unprofessional stuff went on. A lot of our procedural misgivings, unethical practices, too many transgressions. We're going to be highlighting some of those issues as the case continues to go on across the courts. The criminal court A is currently paying attention to that case. But again, away from that, there is a protest on Wednesday, December 17th. Stand is intending to protest this time around, they said, before the executive mansion. What do we expect to see? We are hoping to have Mobake Malu or better still somebody from Stand join us via the mobile phone to give us sufficient information as to what Liberians are expected to have on Wednesday. What do we expect to have on Wednesday? What is the protest going to look like? Are Liberians going to be expecting a peaceful rally? Do we have any cause to be afraid in this country? Should Liberians start taking precautionary measures ahead of the protest? Malu and the other folks from Stand will have to tell us, the Liberian people. We need them to say something. They will have to tell us, how will that protest be? How will the protest be? Will the protest be peaceful? Is it going to be very, very orderly? Are Liberians supposed to be concerned about the protest, or this is just another political engagement? What is it? What do we expect? These are questions we'll be throwing out to the Stand organizers. The lead protest organizers will be answering these critical questions right here on the People's Radio 87.9. My name is Kai, and we're here up to 6 o'clock, like I told you. There are too many things happening in the country. The Liberian Republic is very, 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 very comical at the moment. And so we're going to keep talking more and more about other issues. Boke Raw again was sent to court today. The Pinsville Magisterial Court played host to Boke Raw after he was caught with 30 plus grams of substances believed to be narcotic products. We're going to take a few bars of our team song. When we come back, we bring you the rest of the show. But remember, for those of you playing the cash giveaway, I'm going to be very privileged to pay some of you some money on today's edition. The more you play, the better your chances are. Once you play by dialing *255*1# during this Christmas season, you stand a chance to win some money. The more you play, the better your chances are. It is a game of chance. Lucky ticket, lucky shango. The more you play, the better your chances are. My name is Oliver Kine, and I'm here on the loan presentation on today's edition. Let's take a break. When we come back, we bring you Crime Stoppers Liberia, our official sponsor, and hopefully
Win Liberia for today's presentation.
CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You dance sassy, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You dance sassy, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I said, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands or the right authority, that it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper, yeah, for us, bringing safety to your door, whether you rich or you poor. If you see a human target, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My folks listening to us across the country, we want to say welcome and let's say how's up to all of you. All of you are people. One of my big brothers, currently following, he just said I'll kill somebody. When he meant kill, when he said kill, he meant the killing that is not the real killing. Wow, that's what it is. Okay. All right. So there's a whole lot we're going to talk about. There is a whole lot we're going to talk about on the radio today. Specifically, there is this thing up Capitol Hill that we'll talk about. Up Capitol Hill, we will talk about. There is this thing we will talk about on Capitol Hill. The Capitol arson case is becoming very comical. And our people are very concerned. Our people are very more information on what is happening up the Liberian capital. So the case is getting very, very funny. And we are concerned about it. And we're going to keep talking more about it. But before we jump into the case, let it be known and let everybody know clearly that the Liberia House of Representatives was able to pass the HPS deal. The HPS deal was passed by the House of Representatives, and it is before the Liberian Senate. The Senate is expected to have some hearings,
into the HPS deal by today or tomorrow. We are told, hopefully, that's supposed to happen. But we want to select a different presiding officer to preside over that case. Senator Sir Joseph is a good senator, but he should not be the one to preside over the case because it is going to raise an issue of conflict of interest. He cannot be a business tycoon, a business partner to ArcelorMittal Liberia, at the same time presiding over a hearing that is supposed to look into a mining company that is also interested in using the rail that ArcelorMittal is currently occupying. So, you know, my business partner your business partner cannot preside over my business interests. It doesn't make sense. So the senators who are my good friends, I have several of them in the Senate. We want to ask the Liberian Senate to select one other person. I mean, some other senator can do it. It doesn't have to be Senator Sir Joseph. I mean, there is nothing wrong with he being a businessman. I mean, you can do business anywhere, but he cannot be a businessman supplying kilo bean buses and trucks to ArcelorMittal to take, Mittal logistic and personnel to the mining site and return them to Yikipa and surrounding communities. And at the same time, he's the one in charge of presiding over the HPS deal. I do not think that is professionally okay. There is a potential risk of conflict of interest, and I don't think the Senate is bereft of manpower. I'm not too sure that the Senate is without the I'm not too sure the Senate is without adequate members to properly handle the issue of scrutinizing whatever deal HPS is projecting to the Liberian people that will be before then. So this is no personal blow to Senator Joseph. This is no personal issue with him. It is only about the right thing being done. There is no bad thing about lawmaker doing business. A lawmaker can choose to do business. It is a side hustle. But once you are doing your business, which is a side hustle, and that business is coming in direct connection with your lawmaking ability, obviously the watchdogs of the society, the political pundits, will come up and flag it. So in this case, the man who's supplying ArcelorMittal with kilo bean buses and dump trucks cannot be the one presiding over the HPS deal. This is not politics. This is just pure sense and conventional practice. That's all. I'm not going to say more on it. We're going to keep asking our Senator Mangill of Maikibi County. We want to ask Senator Zopeno of Granjida, Senator Momo Cyrus, and the rest of the folks from Lofa, including Senator Bill Torrey of Riverside and the rest of the senators to join, in showing that the Senate is going to apportion this responsibility to a senator who is not compromised, who is not conflicted. In this case, the senator is going to be compromised because, trust me, when there is a portion in that HPS deal that would not be favorable to Mittal, obviously the presiding officer is going to bring his business interest into the conversation, and that is not what we want. We need a business conversation to be presided over by an individual who will be clearly independent from discussing that particular issue, because it borders on two giant firms doing business in Liberia, or wanting to do business in Liberia, and the other one having an active concession in the country. So to allow an enabling environment, a level playing field for every participant, it is going to be essentially important that we leave this space very, very open, that we leave it clearly open for an individual who is without blemish, an individual who is without a connection to the deal, to be the one to preside, but not Senator Sir Joseph. This is not personal, but it is about ensuring that the country is going to be cool, the country is going to be okay, and the right thing will be done in the whole concession process of HPX and the new MTA for ArcelorMittal. I want the two companies to operate. I want the best company to operate. I want the best for Liberia. And for the best to come from for our country, the process leading to that best, developing, that process has to be associated with fairness, transparency, and accountability. And that is where I stand. And so, yes, that's just a bit of what we intend to talk about. Secondly, during the course of the weekend, we witnessed several publications involving missing individuals and dead bodies being discovered. I just don't know why it is happening, but Liberia should not continue to witness a situation where you go work out and say, oh, in one country they find another woman, she died. In Magibi they find another woman, she died. I mean, these things are terrible. We are hoping that in the end, the Liberian government will find solution to some of these issues. We cannot continue to have reports of death, reports of missing individuals, report of dead bodies being discovered, and so forth, with issues. It can be. We would not want these things to keep happening. We will not appreciate that these things keep happening. And so let the proper authority do what is appropriate. We can't keep having people discovering dead bodies every day in the country. Ain't good. Ain't something correct. We can't have those things happening. So we're hoping that the police, although they are concerned about erecting checkpoint in Monrovia, while leaving the rest of the country unmanned, while leaving the rest of the country, without proper protection. But we are hoping that in the end they will start to look into these ritualistic and how you call this thing, mysterious disappearance of people and so forth happening in the country. It is sad. The other woman was discovered in a creek. Another woman in Bon County somewhere around. They said she was discovered dead around a cemetery. I mean, it's just disgusting. These are not things we want to keep hearing, about our country every day. Now, over the weekend, still on trending issues rather. Over the weekend, we witnessed that the Liberia House of Representatives, by extension, the Liberian legislature passed the budget in the tune of $1.2+ million. This is very concerning. This is very important, and we're just concerned that only less than 2%. We're concerned that only less than 2% of our lawmakers abstained from the process, while less than 1% voted against. I remember Senator Frank Safoko of District Number 9, Montserrat County, voted against the budget on grounds that the budget was not a direct representation, a reflection of the people's conditions. You cannot pass a $1.2 billion budget without thinking about increasing the salaries of civil servants. That is so unfair. It is irrational. For me, I think it shouldn't have been the situation. When the budget grows, when we grow the national budget, that budget is supposed to take care of the pressing challenges in the country. That budget is supposed to look directly into the bread and butter issues, the human capacity development issues, the infrastructure deficit issues. That budget is supposed to address the issue of healthcare delivery. That budget is supposed to make sure that the JFK hospital will not, be a referral hospital where beds will be a thing of a challenge, where people will go to the hospital and they cannot find comfortable in a hospital bed. That budget is supposed to be reflective of a budget where a pregnant woman will not give birth outside of the Redemption Hospital in this country anymore. The budget is supposed to make sure that the children in Wasonga will not continue to sit on benches, ordinary benches very close to the floor without ties and cement, when a $10 million project is being built right by them, while they are sitting in destitution and unsanitary conditions. So in the minds of people like Representative Frank Safoko and the other lawmakers who were courageous enough to stand up against the budget, to speak out against the budget, they were concerned that in as much as the budget cannot be directly impactful to the cost of the Liberian people, we will not affix our signature. And they stood their grounds. They were able to stand firm against what they saw as an unjust process and we want to give it up to them. The law says majority takes the day. So majority of the lawmakers voted in favor of the budget. And so the budget became a particular instrument on the way to the president. And subsequently, the president will have to sign the budget. If he does that, then automatically the budget becomes a framework of the Liberian people. It will become an instrument approved by the legislature for our operations. We cannot have a $1.2 billion budget when several of the issues in our country are unresolved. It is unfair. It is not a good thing, but this is what we have. You have a government with two individuals presiding over each of the branches of the House of Legislature, with Speaker Richard Coon presiding over the House of Representatives, Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence over the Senate. Of course, you're going to have, these rubber stamp approach. I mean, the approach towards this kind of conversation will be a rubber stamp approach, especially from the House of Representatives, where Speaker Richard Coon said he's the regime speaker, and whatever the regime is interested in is exactly what he's going to give the regime. And so you understand the 4G nature, the 4G speed with which most of the instruments at the House of Representatives normally pass. But on the overall, as we are wrapping up on several of the trending issues in the country, it is just important that we let all of our people know that why we acknowledge a significant increment in the size of the budget. It is also essential to note that this budget is not a clear reflection of what the Liberian people anticipate. It is not what we desire. We desire a more transparent budget, a budget where there is going to be a clear explanation as to why will agriculture have less than the NSA, a budget where we will get to understand as to why will the EPS have more money, than the Redemption Hospital, the Emirate Hospital, and several other hospitals combined. I mean, those are things that we will want to know. And so, in the absence of those conversations, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure that we are making progress as a country. I think we're going to be putting money, back in the pockets of those who have been strangulating this country, and the ordinary people will not benefit from all of these things. And so so that's exactly where we are, and we intend to ask the government. It is not late. The executive branch of government, specifically Minister Augustine Gafoin, there is still a need for you to record the budget. You can go and record the budget, do a recast of the budget, so that budget will prioritize the important issues in the country. And the issue of health and sanitation, look at the last time, small hospitals, small clinics in the country had to increase their fees for administering treatment. This is unfair, my people. A country where people are required to pay money at Clariton Clinic, a country where people are required to pay money at Slipway, Soniwe, Duporo, and other government clinics, including the Keba Clinic. I mean, with a budget of $1.2 billion, and people down the line, way at the bottom of the poverty ladder, still being required to pay $600, $700, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, for simple treatments down the line. It is irrational. I don't see it fitting. I mean, I don't see it decent for us to continue to do. I would have thought that budget would have captured places under healthcare, for example, and so look, people in this category, once you are around Clariton Clinic, Soniwe Clinic, Slowway Clinic, Tuboro Clinic, Keba Clinic, Johnsonville Clinic, Teesville Community Clinic, once you're around these kind of community clinic, government entities, let it be free with quality. Let the government pay for the healthcare at that level. Let it be affordable at that level. So the budget should stop having vehicles making more money than medicine. The budget should stop having gasoline for government officials being more than medicine in the hospital. That is the kind of budget that we will want. A $1 billion budget should start to cover up some small things. For example, I mean, when we talk, they say you like to talk about George Weah Bennett. I take you back to the Weah's administration. The budget he had was a budget that will look into the public university, and community colleges area, for example, and say, look, no Liberian citizen, whether your man a Unity partisan, your pa is an ANC member, your uncle was with Liberty Party, or your auntie is from ALP. Once you are a Liberian student attending any of the public universities or community colleges, you are automatically. Money did not come from George Weah's pocket. That money came from the national budget. It is the Liberian people money he decided to spend in a way such that it will benefit all Liberians, regardless of where you find yourself, regardless of what kind of tribe you come from, regardless of what kind of food you can eat, regardless of what kind of house you live in, regardless of whether you can go to the mosque on Friday or you can go to the church on Sunday or Saturday night you go to the society. He didn't care. He made sure that the budget was able to look at Liberians generally from a sectorial perspective. So free tuition policy was one. The WASP payment policy was another. From the same budget, he managed to squeeze from other state-owned enterprises and other public corporations to begin the process of building pro-poor housing units for Liberians across the country. Nima County benefited. Bon County benefited. Grand Gila benefited. Grand Crew benefited. Bomi benefited. Several other counties, including Montserrado. This county benefited. He didn't have to know which party you are from to give you the houses. Like I said, in 2023, the houses at the Invincible Park, I saw 2-3 of the houses there. They were hanging, the party t-shirt and lapa by the houses. But I just have built houses for them, give it to them free. But you have people living in the houses with the Unity Party t-shirt. It shows that he built the houses and they did not care to know whether you UP man or you CDC man. Once you are eligible to live in it, the house was given to you. When the budget grows, it should grow with the interest of the people. And so if I have a chance to speak to Minister Augustine Kpehi Gafuan one-on-one, I'll ask Minister Gafuan to recall the budget. Recall the budget. It is not people driven. It is insensitive to the plight of the Liberian people. It is only going to put money back in the pockets of the fat guys in government. The ordinary people will have nothing in it. They'll have nothing in it. Especially a rescue budget should reflect on rescuing the people. Why should healthcare services at the level of Soniwe Hospital be paid for? A government can afford that one. But government can afford $40,000-$50,000 for car where one person will go use, put liquor inside, put a girlfriend inside, and be passing around with it in the net after working hour, after government working hour. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You're buying BB vehicles $40,000-$45,000 for people in the country. When 2-person vehicle could support 3, 4, 5 medical facilities with common drugs that the Liberian people will always go in search for. I mean, paracetamol, the typhoid medication, the different. I mean, the regular sicknesses we have. Simple drugs. Put the drugs in the hospital and let the burden be on the government. If the man say, "Let him go there and get a treatment," he go and take a treatment and go sit down and go eat. Sometimes they don't even get food to eat. They don't even get food to eat to take the tablet. Then you charging them for the tablet way down the line there. I think when a hospital's category, we can put some small fees to it, whatever the case is or whatever the situation is. But let it be so flexible. Let it be flexible in such a way that if the man go to the hospital, he should not be required to pay money before they treat him. Like what happened in Margibi. Where the puppet daughter had to die because she did not have money. He himself didn't have money to pay in full the money that the hospital were requesting for. A budget of 1.2 million should cover all of those things. There should be a space. There should be a leverage in the Ministry of Health component of the budget where treatments, somebody's sick, the person goes to the hospital, the person should not be required to pay all the money hands down before treatment is commenced. Let the people start treating that person in that hospital first. and a particular monitoring and evaluation policy, an M&E policy, is instituted to track down delinquent payment, or whatever the case, whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, if you notice that out of the 300 people that went to JFK that took treatment, before payment, maybe that only 200 of them were able to pay their money. The other 100 were not able to pay. The budget should be strong enough to cover it. That's the kind of budget we want. A budget that will stand for the poor people when the poor people cannot stand for themselves. That's the kind of budget we need. In a budget, we're going to increase the minister gasoline. A budget that will increase the minister foreign travel. A budget that will increase the director, leave. I mean, that's not the budget that we need. Unfortunately, that's the budget Rachel Kuhn passed. Presided over by Pima Jue and the rest of the committee members on Ways, Means, and Finance. It is not late. The Liberian government can record the budget and fix the budget in a way that it will align with the president's arrest agenda. And it will align with it. What we have today, it's not a good budget for the country. Don't celebrate that budget. It's not going to help you. It is bad. If the government is real serious, the government will go and take back the budget, resubmit it, and do an honest evaluation of it. We do not say these things because we want to be political. We say these things because we feel the country deserves the best. We say these things because we believe Liberians, irrespective of their political alignment, deserve the best. That's what we are calling on the president. We're calling on the Minister of Finance. It is your government. When it is better, you take the credit. I'm not going to take credit. I'm a critic of the government. I'm proud to be a constructive critic of the government. Oh, yes, I'm now a supporter of the government. I am a critic, a constructive one. When you record the budget and fix it in a way that it will benefit the vast majority of the people, you take the political glory. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. You will have the celebration to do. When you fix the budget in a way that a pregnant woman will go to Magibi, C.S. Rennie Hospital, and will take treatment without dying because she cannot pay, I'm not going to take the credit. You're going to take the credit. You will be bluffing and say, oh, our government, we can take money from people before we treat them. The credit will go to you. It will not come to me. My only thing of joy is to be the fact that I advocated for it and you are doing it. If we do not criticize, you may not know what you want to do. You may not know the urgency with which you have to do what you got to do. And that's why we are sounding the way we are sounding. And so if the government is seriously correct, if this government is seriously concerned about the welfare of the Liberian people, the government will record the budget. What was passed is a fiesta. What was passed is a clear castle in the air. It's not going to be reflective of the people desire. I mean, I could choose to keep quiet on it, knowing that the government will fail next year. But what good will it do for me? What good will it do for our country? What good will it do for Liberia? It is not. It is not going to do us any good. If this country fails, if the government is unable to raise money and pay the Ivorian people, money for the current what we're using, I will sleep in darkness. You will sleep in darkness. Otherwise, will sleep in darkness. And so when we see the government making decisions that are going to have some adverse reaction, a sound Liberian who is not against country will flag it out. If flagging it out will make you think we are against the government, that's your description. That's your own choice of words. You are entitled to it. But I think it is important to be constructively critical. That's who we are. We're critical. Very constructive. Like I just told you, I do not have any issue with Senator Sir Joseph presiding over any committee or any hearing at the House of Representatives, or at the House of Senate. My only thing is he should not preside over a concession belonging to HPX because he is a business partner to ArcelorMittal. Doing so is a conflict of interest. That's who we are. We are objective. Only those who do not understand us misinterpret who we are. I want this country to succeed. And when I was in school pursuing my undergrad degree, when I read Public Administration 311, which has to do squarely about government budgeting, I was made to understand that the budget, the Liberian budget, like all other countries' budget, is the fulcrum on which every government policies and programs are designed. Government policies and programs are designed and implemented through the budget. The budget is that framework. It is the nuclear part of the country. Every ministry you go to today, if that ministry want to spend $1, they will consult the budget line. If you go to the minister today and say, Minister, we don't have school in Bigbestown in Riverside County, the minister will say, hey, excuse me, you say what? Bigbestown? Okay, hold on, I'll get back to you. The minister is going to call the controller of the ministry. Hey, Mr. Controller, please bring the budget for us, our budget. Do we have any school construction this year in the budget capture? Oh, yeah, Madam Minister, Mr. Minister, yeah. We sort of build one school in Johnsonville. We sort of build one in Harper. We sort of build one in Israel. So, look, but we already got one in Israel. Okay, listen. The people in Riverside want one school, and since no money in the budget for school, what do we do? So, but Mr. Minister, we can capture it in the next budget year for them to get school, because the money we got in the budget this year for schools, for new schools, that money we got for schools in Magibi, in Harper, in other places, we can take it from there and carry it to them. That will be a manipulation of the budget law. It means we'll be taking things that are meant for other people and giving it to other people will be wrong. So at that level, they say, oh, Mr. Bigbestown, man, sorry, we cannot do your project this year, but we are going to note your project. That in the next budget year, subsequently, we'll put it in it, and when the budget is passed, your school is going to be there, and next year, we'll start to do your school. That is how government policies and programs, are arranged. And that particular framework that it is done through is the budget. And so when one is presented to the legislature without thorough scrutiny and openness, the legislature goes into action and decide to pass such a framework into law without due diligence. I am concerned as a Liberian. I'm bothered. Because if this country gets hard, all of us can feel it. You can be walking in the road, somebody can ask you for father. You who think you don't have money. You can be saying down to your friend who and you got the same age. Your friend who and you equal, they're calling you all day. Probably you're not East, probably the other one. Be yourself smoking down there. They want to. All of these things you keep seeing happening in the country, they are as a result of a failed economy, a terrible economic system. You're doing one smaller job in your family or in your community or in your neighborhood, tell that you don't care everybody during the war. Everybody look up to you for survivability. It's not because the people not get pride for themselves. No, some people got shamefaced. Some people ain't like baking, but people are forced to go bake you because the country is tough. And so when the government is making a terrible decision that will have an adverse impact on the economy, it is important we talk about it, because when we skip that conversation, by this time, 2026, that thing is said to pass. If that thing remain in effect up to 2026, we'll be in problem in this country. That budget is not sustainable. My prediction is that we could have a recast of that budget involuntarily. I'm saying to you, we're going to have an involuntary, recast of that budget. What do I mean? Minister Gafua may not decide on his own to say, let me go and recast the budget. But as a result of economic complications, he will be coerced to go and recast it. Why wait for the time to be coerced first before recasting the budget, when you can humbly go to the president and say, Mr. President, please veto it and let me send it back. Please veto it and let me send it back. We cannot pass a budget of $1.2 billion and our security people are still making 150, 180, 190, 110, that's 75, some 60. We cannot pass a budget. I mean, we are not making progress, my people. No, we are not making progress. We are not. We are not making progress. You know how you're looking at? It's like you're still living in your papa house, then you buy air conditioner. The foundation is still rocking. And And you know the more houses that people can build in the interior, where they can drop their house, they can play in the stick and tie it and drop it. And like you living in a stick house, then you go buy tire and put tire in the stick house, but the roof that purple. Then you buy air conditioner, you put the air conditioner on it. Then you go find POP design and put POP ceiling. The roof that trash, the walls are built with mud. You put tile on the ground. When there is no good foundation, the bucket board all in the wall. That's not upgrading. You're not upgrading. You are giving yourself future problem because at the end of the day, the foundation is weak. You still got people receiving small money in government. The kind of hardship in the country that the kind of hardship $150 salary can solve. The hardship in this country, the hardship what $250 salary can solve. That $300 salary can solve in this country. I know some of you who are not making $250 or $300. You think that money is so huge? No, there is something about salary. There is something about income. When you jobless, no. You sitting down on the checkerboard, you sitting down on the Lulu bowl in the community. You ain't got work. You can be praising, oh God. Like, even when I get $50 job, I will hold it. Even when I get $700 job, I will be happy. God gave you that job after 2-3 months. What will happen to you is that your workload will start to increase. People who knew that you never had a job, for which they know is to come to you with a family problem, they will start coming now because they know you got a job now. In 2 months' time, that $50 what you were happy for, it will become meaningless to you because your responsibility after expanding would have already consumed the entire size of your salary. So at that level, you are meaningless. That's why the $150 job now that government said is set as a minimum wage bill is useless to the citizens. $150 is useless to the country right now. It should not be the benchmark. It should not be the benchmark. They may finish transporting yourself from a hall to the working place. You finish using $75. When would that family pay horse? A $1.2 billion budget must address the fundamentals. And Richard couldn't go past the thing during the weekend. I mean, how are we running the country so, my people? How are we running it? How are we running the country? You pass a $1.2 billion budget when the police officers look at the disparity. Look at the salary disparity. Ministers are making $6,000. People are making $1,800, $1,900, $2,000. The police officers are still making $180, $150. For going having sex, these are people who we expect to run to our houses when we got armed robbery case. Oh, you're making $2,000, $3,000 in government. Then when they go attack you, then you call the policemen that are making $180 to jump and go risk their life to go fight criminals for you. The disparity is wrong. A budget doesn't grow like that. A budget must carry along all of the issues gradually. That's how you build. You know, you go watch it. You know that $1.2 billion budget the government passed. You know how you're looking at? It's like you play football, you not take bad and you spray with your cologne. That's what it is. The whole $1.2 billion budget that was passed. You know how you're looking? It's like you play football, you not take bad and you spray with your cologne. You spray, put good spray on you. Man, all that thing you're doing, I see while you are spraying, I think you enjoy it. As soon as you put a spray bottle down, you walk 2-3, you know, your real football center. And what happened to the country? And the past budget last week, they were celebrating $1.2 billion budget. By the time we hit January, February, the real scent from the football you've been playing, it will come out. Don't be cosmetic about what you do in changing the country situation. Don't be cosmetic about your national policies. You do it at the end of the day, you will still fall back to the foundation because the foundation is weak. What kind of budget do you have? You're growing the budget to $1.2 billion? You go past the budget at the tune of $1.2 billion when the liberalization policy is still unsolved. Just by saying 1.2 billion, it means automatically you're going to have a budget of $1.2 billion. It means you are projecting that you will raise 1.2 billion. It also means that you are projecting that you will spend 1.2 billion. How much of that 1.2 billion will stay in the country? That will ignite the middle class that we all anticipate. How much of that 1.2 billion will stay in the country? I mean, will remain in the country? Less than 30%. I said this to you, less than 30% of that 1.2 billion the government will generate will stay in this country. While over 70% will go back to China, it will go to India, it will go to Lebanon. You want me to tell you why? Let me tell you why. Who are the main importers in this country of all of the products that we can use? Be it electronic products, pharmaceutical products, machineries, agricultural products, stationaries, how you call this thing, furnitures. Who are the major importers? Foreigners. What do we have on the books for our liberalization policy? Yes, the foreigners can do the one to be the one to do the importation. Under the law, we are supposed to distribute and do the retailing. The Liberian citizens are supposed to be in charge totally with the retailing and distribution of these products that are imported by foreigners. A government that wants to have a budget of $1.2 billion will tackle the fundamental structural issues. Number one is the liberalization policy and its implementation. What do you do at that level? Sorry, I'm teaching. I don't like to sound this way, but we have to do it for our country. What do you do at that level? To reactivate and implement the liberalization policy is to make sure that Mr. Hussein will not import the building materials, the building materials from China or India, wherever. He will not import it to Freeport. Then he turn around and go open shop and put it there. Then he sit down behind the counter. He starts selling well wash by kilo. Painting brushes. The man selling painting brushes. He's selling roller. He's selling pack on day. Growing the budget of $1.2 billion without addressing the structural issue of poor salary for civil servants, the structural issue about the liberalization policy is like applying cologne on you after playing football when you're not table. The money will go back. It will not sit in the country to grow the economy and make it vibrant. It will not. The money will not remain here. You need to enforce the policy. A government that will enforce the liberalization policy will solve 20% of the economic challenges in this country. And I'll tell you why. Bulk of our people every day. I mean, I graduated from the African Methodist Episcopal University. I graduated last year. From last year to this year, additional 500 to 600 students graduated from the same school. No, I'm not talking about the over 10,000 students that graduated in the period of 2 years. Some of them, almost all of them, got credentials. When do they start to eat the country money? When do they start to live life that will enhance the growth that we anticipate in the country? When do they start to do all of those things? Part of their sustainability. A major part of that answer is through the liberalization policy. That's why before taking the budget to that level, you needed to solve the structural issues. I thought that is what the rescue government would have tackled. Solve the structural issue of the liberalization policy. The Lebanese guys should not be selling, they should not be importing the mattresses by container and they're selling mattresses by pieces to us. You are importing the nails by container, then you're selling nails by pack. What sense does that make? Let it import it. Let the small stores that are selling the nails by pack, the nails by cartoons, let the small stores be owned and operated by Nyema, by Sa, by Sie, by Monica, by Wulede, by Sidiki, by Fofana. Let these small shop and stores be operated by Gonganu, by Se. That's how you do it. This way, their job is to bring the goods from their country, import it to the country. Boom. We go to them, we buy at a wholesale rate and do the retail. Fire want to face his door frame. He just about 2 pieces of inches, door inches. And maybe one door lock. Instead of Fire going to buy for Trantamba or CA, Fire is running to Hussein in Lebanime to go buy 2 pack of nail. It doesn't make sense. So you can even grow the budget to $3 billion in as much as you have these fundamental leakages, these structural, loopholes. The economy is going nowhere. We'll go up there, we'll come fall down right back on the ground. Taco salary, give people purchasing power first. The disparity is so wide, it's so huge. One man's salary per month can cover over 20% salary. That's not a good payroll. On the same government payroll, somebody payroll there, somebody's salary there can cover over 30% salary. That's not a good payroll. So what kind of budget you increase? A budget where the poster making 250, 300, 175. And by the time they finish taking all their car pay, the whole salary is exhausted. They got to credit money for the next month. The man working, he will credit January salary in December. Then he credit February salary in January. That's not a budget. You're growing any budget, and you pass the budget without touching civil service salary. Okay, good, you didn't touch it. Then you left liberalization untouched. There is no reason why we should still keep having the retailers right. The liberalization policy calls for an exclusive retailer's right to be given to only Liberians. That's why the policy is called the Liberianization policy, a policy intended to make Liberians millionaires. The Chinese man, he don't want importing the hair in the country. He bringing hair by trucks. Not truck, continue. He import about 40, 50 continue. Hair, women hair, what they can put on the hair. Then you go to the Chinese man store down water side, you go asking for 1 piece of hair, the man selling it to you. What sense does that make? Let him bring the hair and put it to a warehouse. Liberians go and buy it there and can sell us. We sell to ourselves. That money stays right here. That boy making profit from importing, the Chinese boy. The Chinese boy making profit from importing, the Chinese boy making profit from distributing, the Chinese boy making profit from retailing. Where the country going? Where the country going? This is no politics. They ain't got no CDC UP business. It is a Liberian problem, and it must be tackled by Liberians. Since we have a government in place, the government will have to take the lead. Regardless of whatever political benefit or whatever will happen, we need to start thinking in that direction. You said that you allow the money, we pay budget 1.2 billion, and you be happy, you ask the hard questions. What's in the budget for me? Okay, that 1.2 billion. Is that going to make me now, when I go to Clarendon Clinic, the nurse that will not tell me to pay my $750 or $450 or $350 before she treat me? If that budget can answer that your question, then it's not a budget for you. Then it is not a budget for you. But every time we say it, I mean, that's just terrible. Look at how the country looking like. Liberians have turned to beggars. Liberians have now turned into beggars. There's a guy who I normally, a Fula guy who I normally go to sometimes to clean my shoes. You know, the guy what can do the weapon the shoe and put it into. The guy was brave. The man looked at me and said, "Labrana, okay, you know." So why? And said, "We used to be running here for hustle, but I think small coming stuff start staying in Guinea. For him to reach to that point where a Guinean Fula picking will come and say, if you know who wanted to come Liberia and told them say they must just stay in Guinea because no hustle here. For it to reach to that level, then it means the government should stop playing phone out of the people. It is better you don't have $1 billion budget than to have a quote-unquote $1 billion budget that will only please and satisfy the insatiable desire of the elite. We have to be very serious. We got to be very, look, we have to be very intentional about this country. We have to. We have to be very intentional about Liberia. We allow politics to override us so much in this country to the point that we destroy this country. And as we keep destroying the country, the foreigners are making millions and billions out of us. We leave the beautiful structures in the country to them. They control our beaches. All the beautiful beaches in the country, who you think running it? Show me Liberia. How many supermarkets are owned by Liberians in this country? Oh no, our foreigners are good friends. We got good foreigners. They're decent people, right? They're decent people. But in their countries, they have laws there. We have laws too in our country. These people will live in line with our laws and we respect ourselves. If somebody go to your house, you chew the fish, they bone and everything, then you take it, you spill it out on your TV. When the man finish chewing your own fish, you think you'll go put it in the dustbin? You'll waste it on your tip. The way you treat your place, that's how the visitor will treat it. That's how you will treat it. We play with our laws too much. Can't you see the citizens in the country are suffering? Liberians have literally turned to beggars. People begging every day because the country is hard. If the budget cannot solve the problem about job creation, how we keep talking about job creation and we are downplaying liberalization policy? Do you know how many jobs will be created in this country if that policy is implemented? The first thing that will happen is all our foreigners will stay to their warehouses. Boom. In their CEO offices, they will have to appoint their Liberian managers to do the sales for them. Who go to business administration, they could start taking small loan, open their shops, and start doing their retail. Because no Lebanese man, no Indian man, no Chinese man, no Pakistani, Turkish man will start. Foreign friends will just import and send down to the warehouses. Import, send down to your warehouses. Chinese man selling eggs by block. Chinese man selling eggs. He's selling ice cream. He's facing ice cream. The man live in China to come Liberia and dig our water for sand. And you say you're growing budget to 1.2 billion? You raise that money, it will go into the economy, it will get sucked out of the economy by the foreign businesses. Nothing will leave here because the economy, the business environment in Liberia is not protected in such a way that the citizens will benefit. These are the kind of conversation we want to be having on radio. Interestingly, our governments are concerned about politics. And today, some of you who do not know, okay. You've seen my other side today. We have a whole lot to offer this country. We have a whole lot to offer our country. We have a whole lot to offer this country. It's about time we think outside of the box. It's about time we focus more on delivering for our country. Politics has eaten a good portion of this country. Politics continue to suck out the best out of this country. We are becoming enemies in this country because of politics. We run away. We run away We deprive important ideas because of politics. Oh, he supports George Weah, so I mean, we're not going to allow. He supports Joe Barker, we're not going to allow him. No, it is wrong. It is. It is. It's wrong. And that's why we're not making progress as a country. Look at the other political case up the Capitol Hill. And I'm going to end on that one for all to take calls. Look at the other political case of the Capitol. Look at the other political case of the Capitol. Right? Look at the case. Look at the case. You have government prosecutors today in court. I was in court. A certain part of the argument, I just woke up and started coming outside because it became very annoying. We are damaging this country because of politics. And we think we are flexing muscle. Somebody got to rise up and go to the president and look him in the face and say, Mr. President, the Liberian people look you in the face. They saw George Weah and they saw you. They saw you with gray hair. They saw elder and they saw elderly wisdom. They said they want to choose you. Be the elder you are. Demonstrate the wisdom they saw in you. Lead the country in peace and not in pieces. This vindictive attitude of running government is not going to help anybody, Mr. President. It's not going to help. Minister Steve Stickwak should let you know that it will not help. Calling your cry, Mo Ali, the rest of them should make you understand that this is not going to help the country. Look at what's happening up the Capitol, up the Capitol with the case. Government prosecutors. After the Capitol fired, they gathered their reports. The report was signed by the police, the investigators. And one of those investigators is the one on the stand today, the witness stand. A report that was signed by them. Can't hear the conflicting thing in the report. In the report, it said a chloride bottle was lifted. Chloride bottle that was believed to contain the gasoline were burning in the Capitol building. They said a chloride bottle was lifted in the Welland Aratoba joint chambers. They found it near the Welland Aratoba joint chambers. In the building, near the joint chamber, I played the solid chloride bottle. They said it was lifted by the forensic investigators from the Liberian National Police and the Joint Security. That is what is contained in the report. Arthur Johnson, the lawyer representing the accused, in a cross-examination exercise, asked the state witness, "My man, the report, do you stand by the report? Your signature on the report. Can you say that you the one sign the report?" The man said, "This is my report, I signed it." So he said, "Fine, now that you sign it, paragraph X, Y, Z, in the paragraph, you said state investigators lifted chloride bottles, a chloride bottle and matchbox in the joint chamber, near the joint chamber, the Welland Aratoba joint chamber, meaning in the building. Then you, Mr. Witness, you turn around and come on today and say an empty chloride bottle was found about 25 feet from where the speaker can park a car. Those of you who have gone to Capitol building before, you know what we're talking about. 25 feet from where the speaker can park a car is just near the speaker parking lot. The Welland Aratoba joint chamber is way up step in the old building, not the two Chinese annex. But we're in the main building, we're up step, where when the president is addressing the nation, where they can be. We're up steps. So how will you come up in your own investigative report as the state investigators. In the report, it is clearly stated that forensic investigators lifted the cola bottle and the matches when they went to do the investigation in the joint chamber, around the joint chamber, meaning in the building. Then today, you did your own report. Today, you appear in court and you said your team found the cola bottles approximately 25 feet from where the speaker car can park. What contradiction? And we're doing all of these things. We think we are doing politics. We're doing all of these things. We think we are politically flexing our muscle. We are spoiling the country. We are damaging the country. We are damaging the country. A report that you signed indicated that the bottles were found in the building, inside the building. Where a step inside the building, where a step inside the building, the bottles were found. Then today you come to court, the defense counsel lawyers decided to cross-examine you. And all you could say at that level was that, hey, excuse me. So then we saw the bottle approximately 25 feet from where the speaker car can park. So the same bottle where they found in the joint chamber, and the same bottle they found 25 feet from where the speaker car can park. What is that? What is it? You know, what is it? The same bottle. That's not the only one. The same investigation came up. The report says a suspect by the name of Tom Etheridge. They say investigators then say the high intelligence that Tom Etheridge was at the Capitol building around 5 a.m. The investigator, they said Tom, one of the guys who they say burned the building, they say he was around the building by 5 a.m. The government was set through Gregory Coleman, went to the GSM company. Call me. You call your girlfriend call your boyfriend call your husband call the one. When all the call the whole can make a call log, the record of all of the calls you can make. The government went to the GSM company and got the call logs of these individuals. The government investigator said in their report that they saw Tom Etheridge at the Capitol building around 5 a.m. That he was at the Capitol building around 5 a.m. Then the same state evidence, which is the call log, indicated that the same Tom who they said was to the Capitol building 5 a.m., the same Tom was at LEC by 5:07 a.m. Come to think of it, Tom was to Capitol building 5 a.m. The same Tom was to LEC compound by 5:07 a.m. The call log. The investigator said the investigator said he was at Capitol building by 5 a.m. Then the same investigators call log proved that he was at LEC compound by 5:07 a.m. Let's connect the dots. The question was, which are the LEC? We got 2 LEC substations in the country. One to Bomber Bridge and one to Waterside Market. Let's assume that it was the closest LEC place that he went to. They ball were to Capitol Hill, 5 a.m. You hear me? And you say he was the one who burned the building. He was at Capitol Hill at 5 a.m. Apparently, had gone up step to burn the building because the place that burned the building was way up step. Those of you who have gone to Capitol Hill, that place you gotta claim 1, 2, 3, and 4 I stand to be corrected. 4 staircases you have to climb to go to the joint chamber. The play, what the boy? What is it, the boy? So around 5 a.m., they had successfully burned the place. Now what they say? Then the place on fire or whatever the case is, he left from there, came down, the security post all on the ground of the Capitol, the building burning, but the security post on the ground, and they saw somebody walk, or the person that walk, whatever the dinner is, the person left, got outside, and the person managed to make their way to LEC compound. By what means? LEC compound, water side, all under 7 minutes. By what means? The person have vehicle park outside waiting for them to carry them to the LEC compound. Where were the police officers that a car will be parked waiting for somebody and the person will just jump inside and they start passing around? Then where they get all the wow for? Why they didn't catch him on the scene? So at the end of the day, all of these things are not adding up. We keep thinking that we are doing politics, when in real life we are supposed to be consolidating our individual ability to run this country. You may disagree with Ellen all you care that your business, Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, you may disagree with her. One thing Ellen always kept her hand on was to ensure that regardless of which political doctrine you form part of, when Ellen needed you to do a particular piece of job, she will go for you. It doesn't matter who you support, where you pray, what tribe you're from. She will go for you. Nobody is asking President Weah to do the same thing. Nobody is asking President Bouaka to do the same thing. What we are saying is that you should not expect everybody to leg up to your feet before you can run the country. No. Sometimes those who you hate are the ones who have the solutions to the problem confronting the country. When Ellen went to the election in 2005, and there was a fraudulent accusation that she stole the elections and that things were not okay, that tension kept building up to 2011 when the CDC firing thing came about. November 7th, civilians died. The election came 2011. She won again. It was still an issue of allegation of cheating, this and that. She knew that she was running a country divided. What did she do? She called President Weah and said, "My man, I beg you, please come and be peace ambassador." No, she didn't do all of those things because she was on King Jews. She did that because she knew that she had an objective to achieve as a leader. To do so is to make sure that the tension that was building the country is seized. President Weah didn't want Joe Biden to call him to be peace ambassador. He would never do it. Some of our who friends with him would tell him not to do it. Not for anything, but because he's way beyond that now. He can serve in other capacity. He can do other things like he is doing. The mere fact that Joe Weah ain't telling anybody say, "Let's go burn car, let's go protest, let's go burn tire," is a clear indication that George Weah is contributing to the peace of the country. He doesn't have to serving any peace ambassadorial position. His stance alone on governance in the country, something that other political leader couldn't do. Just by being where he is to say, "Let the men run the country the way they don't run it, let bring people see it for themselves." That alone is his own contribution. Joe Weah would have decided to say, "Look, there will be no peace in Liberia under the government," and it will happen, Chief. Because the mega people who are willing to be protesting every day. Like President Bouaka used to be endorsing protest. Like Bernard Yo used to be endorsing protest. Like Kwame used to be endorsing protest. We are saying we endorse every protest in the country. There will be no, what they call, after 2-3 days, we'll go to protest again. The country will not make progress. The point is, this case has no merit. The more you keep punching on this case, the more you keep dividing the country, because even the Liberian people themselves who are following the case on a daily basis, they get to understand that the government continues to fumble on our own accounts. That airplane the man used from Capitol Hill to Waterside in 7 minutes, somebody just from Buenica will use 7 minutes to reach to that place. You think the man will even run straight? You know what you're talking about? You know what you're talking about, the government plane? You point the place and you go run. You go burn the plate. Then in less than 7 minutes, you reach to Waterside. Then you reach Waterside. Then you making a call that will be reflected in your call log. Come on, stop it. Stop. To leave the stairs alone from all steps there to come on the ground floor, you already eat almost 3 minutes. Because you're not running like you're playing football. That's only way you're doing beating. You're not gonna be running. You will be running carefully to know whether somebody in the corridor come and see you. You'll be doing small. You will take your turn small. Even when you get in the yard, policemen standing on the side, policemen on the side. You want low on the side, the policemen on to low on the side, where they're not on. You take your turn. You manage. What you go pass over both the fence. What way you pass? You go pass to the place where security man. All that time you taking almost 15 minutes. All that time you taking almost 15 minutes. So how possible that this guy who was at the venue by how they call by 5 o'clock, because they say they got evidence, they got statement for the man, they say to play by 5 o'clock. How come the man who said was to play 5 o'clock? The call log showed that the man was to LEC by 5:07. This is madness. But like I was saying, all of these things will only keep the foreigners enjoying the country. While the citizens will continue to suffer. And you think a joke? Huh? And you think I want a joke? A joke? It's not a joke. But we'll leave it right there. We'll leave it right there, and that's exactly what it is. So they found the bottle first. They said they found the bottle 25 feet from the place where the speaker car can park. Today, today what they say, but the record what they get from ever since the police report what they put together, they said they found the bottle in the joint chamber. But today the guy went there, the guy said they found the bottle 25 feet from the speaker car. That's your country. Star 255 star 1 hash is the code to dial. Star 255 star 1 hash. I'm hoping that will pay somebody some money quickly. Yes, but the more you play, the better your chances are. Let's take a break. When we come back from our break, we bring you we'll come back from the break. We'll take in your calls here on 87.9.
Hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Let's go to the lines and talk to our first batch of callers here on the program. Call us and let's have a conversation. 086 500 104 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation on the People's Radio. My name is Kai. Here on the platform, let's go and talk to the very few of you who are on the line. Let's go and talk to the very few of you who are on the line. Plus 231 86 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 086 500 104. Those are all numbers to join the conversation. Call us and let's have your input here on the People's Radio. Hero, I think Hero will have to come and do some draw for these people so that we'll be able to pay them. He should come and make the arrangement so that we'll be able to pay some of these people. But that is exactly where we are. *255 *1#. Maybe you could be. Perhaps you have to reset your trash stuff and see if we can pay some people. But let's go to the lines and talk to our callers already. Let's talk to the first person. Go ahead. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, well, how you doing, sir?
I'm okay, sir. Go ahead. You've been listening.
I'm Abraham Johnson. I'm calling from Watson Hand.
Go ahead, AB. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to talk on the foreigners. My brother, the people, they are infiltrating us in our own country.
No, blame your government. Blame your government. Blame your government. Don't blame any. Look, let me tell you something. When we go to America, we respect the Americans. When we go to Guinea, we respect the Guineans. When your country ain't got law, don't blame those who violate the law. Blame your citizens. Blame your officials.
Yeah, but you know what we're saying? I think the government will really calm down on these people because we see how we get money. The people will go and bring their brothers from Lebanon and they bring them as well as us overall. Then they will only stay and will do the hard way at the end of the day. Some of them making 1,500, will making 100.
Blame the Labor Ministry people, my brother. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you?
Yeah,
Good evening. Let's hear you quickly.
I'm taking the calling from people.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm very know how we to play. They come here every day. I kufa. Okay. They come to rescue us. And now nothing going on. Okay. The black water is doing something. You won't say every day that free. Okay. That kufa. That why they put on it. Okay. That kufa can't come in 1 year now. You can find work after city. 1 year, okay, for you can find work after city. Every day I pay offer.
Okay, thank you. We leave you right there. Thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's take the other person. Hello, go ahead quickly. Okay, we missed out on that person. Let's go and talk to another person. Let's go and talk to another person quickly. Let's go and talk to another person. This one, go ahead. Hello. What's happening to all of these lines? Okay, let's talk to the one. Hello, how are you? Hello.
Yeah, still okay, how you doing?
We're great, my brother. Let's hear you, sir.
I'm calling from Kongota. I'm Wutu, Daniel.
Go ahead, my brother.
First of all, I say thank you for the show. And I'm moved to call today. I want to silence, there's nothing, and explain nothing. So what really forced me to call is the issue of the Liberian nation policy. You know, some of them have opportunity to travel other countries. And the people there, they have lost the made the law in the interest of the country and its citizens. You don't have a Liberian business that are supposed to be set apart exclusively for Liberians. You have foreigners doing those businesses. I'm into my little business too. And we are finding it very, very hard to compete or to do our businesses because you have the foreigners doing this business. And they are the same people that are importing the business, for instance, the alcoholic beverages. The people who bring these things, you have them as the same people who are distributing these businesses, these things that they bring in the country. So they have fixed price that they give to the Lebanese or the Indian brothers that are doing these businesses. And we, the Liberians that are going back, they have special price they give to us. So if you go there, the Lebanese man, you go to the Lebanese man store, you see a different price. You go to the Liberian man store, you see a different price. So it's really, for what I want to say, you spoke well, and I appreciate you for, you always speaking well, though. Why will the Lebanese man be selling ice? There's a law strictly on the book that says, what is made in Liberia supposed to be sold only by Liberians. But you have these foreigners are all into these small businesses.
Yeah, I'm saying club here.
Yes, and very cool. Thank you, okay. And I got it. There's a Lebanese guy that the Ministry of Commerce just gave me to sign club here. Thankfully today, there's a lady right opposite Calabria over town that start a business, then he carries to $6. So that's the strategy the guy have been using over the year. He has been working and they are making money.
That's right. Thank you.
You see the library, no business, but that was no business. I want to come there because they are there. Facing all the building materials on the right, the money. I was surprised I went to Eco to Junction and got to go back to this. I saw a Chinese guy behind a counter selling. Visiting the stores, you see the guys they're selling.
Oh my brother. That's it. That's it. A real government will address those issues before thinking about $1 billion budget when in fact the structural challenges are still existing.
Definitely, brother. Definitely.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you, my brother. We leave you right there. Thank you. Let's talk to the person. Hello.
How you doing, Khan?
We're great, my brother. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you so much. This is the official spokesperson for the Liberian Civil Rights Movement. And I joined from Kawe, Khan. Your nationalistic and patriotism is fair out. And like people will commend you for that. What I said is that pertaining to the budget, Khan, that budget need to be recapped. What I said is that even I'm a million in need, not 1 million. But you are putting money into EPS. Because the budget there is 2 cars that when we anywhere, the whole network will go on, we want to go up. So nobody threatening you. You threaten people because everything is in your hand. So why people more money into EPS? They forget about the hospitals and like bring people kind. It's wrong. I got the government to think well, then we got a budget to see how they can be in the interest of people or else kind. That budget is nowhere around the full interest. And this is wrong with our country.
Thank you.
As a president for the people, not for your own self.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's talk to the female general. Man, Sisi, go ahead. I missed you on 2 occasions. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you know what I'll tell you? Okay, I did the plan lead here. You might enter next year, 2026. I beg you.
Okay.
That trade you play yesterday, I beg you on 2 occasions. I beg you. The money here, now I'm going to next year. Everybody will say between all the fun. I beg you. I think they don't say, they don't have to anything here. Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know, I get to the point. I want to tell you, you know what you did. So to the issue, okay, I want to ask my little question. They family say reduce people now. They now pass the budget over there, and they put accept it at the
They pass the budget. The budget going to President Baka. They pass it. Going to him for him to sign it.
Senator, everybody agree with it.
Ever since.
Okay. Because we are talking about Foucault and I agree. I don't put this in that one year, but I'm saying that I agree. Send the party, even the post they will not listen. Some of them just put the public benefit. Even the post they will not listen to the post. They will say that opposition. I want to put dollar make cost people and people, they message reduce people and they won't happy. You're talking about 2 divided to 2 or 3 parts of handle. You want to New Joy, yesterday you want to balance it. So what will carry now? So they go, what will carry? Okay.
Yeah.
What will carry? You said no to New Joy. Yesterday again, come again, you said no to OKFF. So what will you carry now out of Wesley? What will you carry? The country is going to another thing, okay, to the Popo inside. It's the point rest of the problem. The point to get the mail. It's the Popo, it was telling the little list of for who said there and passing a little listing. The rest of the point is going to work out government. So when the poor want to say, we see, we laugh about when the family, but uncle. To say you're legend, the one is doing the same for. Well, nothing can show no evidence. But if you want to record it, you get nothing inside. They bring it one, you can't happy. You say you get fingerprint, I know the LPRC. You come out again, you say you have to fingerprint. That one gallon, you come out, you say manager did a call right there. What will carry now? What do you carry? What is for carrying the people the phone and look at the watching? And it's what going on in the country. The rule around very broken, but you say you get power poor everywhere you. Looking out for who? And that's for society. Let us stop it. Not get no issue with the no care for the cake of that. But nothing that fight, nothing that is not going to fight. They get shit. That was what they wanted the case. Now, for me, I look at it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. We leave you right there. Let's go back and talk to our other callers. *255 *1#. We're about to pay on the spot. Let's talk to this person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Okay. I'm calling Johnson here.
Johnsonville, go ahead, ma'am. Let's hear you.
Okay. Okay, what you are talking, thank you for your program. So the last, for what I want to say, I don't want to say that, but if you go to the Ghana, you'll be able to shop or you'll be able to do anything with your own money, but not see for love, in cash. If you go make sure that my career people, you let people say, yeah, what thing. You never be all that business. They make sure that they will make sure if you honor that the Canada will be a superior. I'm not going that way. I'm going Canada. So all of them, I want to back up. I want to see anything just different. I was like, wow. I want to go for calling up the deck and make plenty of money that I get food that I put you just that I cannot. There's not going to get something. Èyí ìdílé tí wo ìdílé wọn ló kàá mẹ́wẹ̀ tí wọ́n wọ́n ṣe máa bí ẹlẹ́wẹ̀ ní kàdà ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀rọ àníwọ̀ ó lè lágbára sí káàkiri àwọn. Kò jẹ́ nínú ìkájútọ́ lèlé pẹ̀lú. Àbálò nínú ìwé ṣáájú bí fásitẹ̀lá ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ mẹ́wọ̀ tó ní kájútọ́ mi ní fáwọn ìfúnni kòtò ẹni tí sẹ́yìn àpọ̀fà ó pọ̀ ọ̀sà. How do you manage?
Yeah.
I didn't see the fasted.
Yeah. And you got security people all on that hill. So you were finna doing the ad, then you go run.
Imagine that if the fasted man in the world, you can't be fasted or you just get in there and there it disappears to whatever place you're trying.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you, ma'am. We leave you. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Okay, we missed out on this person. Let's talk to this one quickly. Go ahead. How are you? How you doing?
Hi, my name is Jozo. I'm calling from.
Go ahead.
They know that the foreigner in Liberia, they don't do business. When the foreigner come from Guinea, come from everyone coming in Liberia. It's so low. They not never you can't be Liberia. Only never they know to be in Liberia. They know what the cost is. They will not be the foreigner. The foreigner can you can't for money. And you will say that you get the never you're big donkey. Then the foreigner making money, then you complain about the foreigner. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's leave you right there and talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? We'll say, let's hear you, Pop.
Yeah, thank you so much. I don't want to know. Came out the info. All of people calling and saying that there's a comment that in all compound. We can wake up. We have the Liberian down to all journalists who can follow the issue. We got to play their country and people. We got to play their country. We all want one person, one blood ancestral children. But they should not divide us. Talking all about things, they comment, the power comment. I want to support over the power comment. You know what? When the power comment on power, simple thing. Other people that was still putting it with the former president is the element of very important. So I want the comment we're going to do, no to it. See what the comment doing. See the impact, see the impact on the comment. I think we can go so and I will say, sir, I want to make the cattle, and this was.
Hey, stop. Hey, listen. Listen, you listen. Hello. You know why I gave you more time to be on the line? You know why I gave you more time to be on the line because you old man. But don't. I mean, you old man. I reason I allow you to call. You can't talk about drugs. We're killing people in the country more than anything, and you. What kind of puppy does there? Puppy, I respect you. I beg you. Let leave that conversation like that. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
We're great, my dear brother. Let's hear you. Go ahead. You.
The Liberian people need to be brave. okay, like people are doing well in business. Look at the street, you know, number of guys are selling.
That's what we're saying.
Look at this is trying for that and enter stores tomorrow. We need to have a radical.
But how will the girls enter the stores when the policy is not protected? The government is not willing to provide the protection.
What needed there is radical approach. Liberians need to wake up and enter businesses that are owned by non-Liberians selling local manufactured goods. And put it outside. I saw it in Ghana, it went in Ghana. Forcefully. If we don't do it, we'll keep striving. I was watching the business. I'm out. Because of the Indians. The Indians got the production site and they get their brothers in the street selling the goods. It's too embarrassing for us, really.
I know.
So we should not depend on the Labrador Business Association. They are only sitting there waiting for government loan. No program. They are not even calling those sour people to have any workshop educating them about business. You know, majority of us join business because of necessity. Most people are not educated into business that they do today. No program. So when it comes to the organization, we need to have a radical approach. That's the only way it will solve.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We leave it right there. Government witness the Clara bottle was seen in the joint chamber according to the report. Then today the man enter court. The man say we see the Clara bottle near the place where the speaker can park a car. Two different statements. One bottle, two places. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. This is Edmund Carr, and I'm the vice giving this unprepared presidency to the faculty. Like, you know, it's quite frustrating. You know, in one Nigerian plea, you know, if absolutely there is nothing on these people, why waste their time and waste our time? The guys are represented from various districts. Because of your indictment, you are impeding their progress and the citizens from those districts. Okay, that is how possible it is. Because this is a criminal act that you are carrying on. How do you go upstep there? You put fire, sit down there, you watch the fire after catching up, you get on time, you come down, you go to LEC office down, water side, and then you call, you say mission accomplished. What sense does that make? Those are us who are not giving you legal pricing, but come on, saying we detect that you are just trying to make a story. That's a make a story. It doesn't make sense. So we speak of car and Kofa, and what time for this Kofa car or back there? And what time? So it's just a story, but we really hope that the judge that presiding over the case, he will really do the due diligence and save Liberia all the trouble. Because where we are, what we're hearing, it doesn't speak well to that which the government said they have evidence. There is no evidence, okay? There is no evidence. And then there's budget team there. Hey, man. Remember Ellen Johnson telling time and President Weah Time, the budget sometimes used to go from 1 month and a half to down 2 months. They try to scrutinize it to know. Yeah, but how come now? When the budget was submitted, just let's see, they were all of the country at the time were in the Middle East, when they requested the legislature to extend the time for the submission of the budget just within 1 week time, as soon as they return to submit the budget. All of the cries, all of the complaints, they say, even calling on them to recall the budget and reset parity. Then you telling me the poor pass the budget? So the pass is at $1.2 million? Wow. That's what the law in our budget. Let's look at Sweden. Okay? The Minister of Finance includes something in our budget about $3.7 million. Our young brother Abu been talking about it this morning. People are telling us that they are going. So you see material there that the Sweden government going to take out of that particular budget line. You put in our budget $10 million for assets recovery. You go to where you tell the poor also he said it. He sent the money to the budget to support it. You see material legislature man process makes sense. So the guy really let it by what he said, that he was going to be a regime speaker, and truly he is a regime speaker. But what we can say is that there is tomorrow. Okay. And tomorrow will always come.
Okay.
And when that tomorrow comes, History will defy us. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's go and talk to this other person and try to go and pay some money on the cash giveaway. Go ahead. Let's hear you. What's your name? Where you join us from?
Hey, good evening, KOK, and good evening to the good people of Liberia. My name is Musa G. Brown, and I came from New Jersey.
Go ahead, Musa from New Jersey. Let's hear you.
Yeah, so KOK, you see, look, the discussion you had today, the topic that you had today, most especially when it comes to our budget of our country. No, sometimes when you listen, if this government was a listening government, they will take your advice. Because it does not make no sense for you to have a budget of $1.2 billion budget that you only get 200 million of budget to be the one that will cover off our country, that will affect the life of our people. That you take to the legislatures, that the legislature must sign it, because these deals, when they are not signed, then it means that their communities, their constituents will not have money for support. It does not make no sense. But you see, a group of people will sit down right there and approve such a budget under the name of politics, under the name of supporting one agenda. What is this agenda? What is the reason? What's the purpose? What's the working of the office of the speaker that he has to increase his budget from the previous one all the way to another budget? For what reason? Why is it that the speaker budget could even build schools and build roads, could even complete roads that could even put quota on Riverside Road? The deputy speaker budget and the speaker budget can pave the road from Grand Bassa to San Luis County to Greenville. But that budget alone is only going to the speaker office. What are their work? Oh, they got meetings. Oh, they have to do this. They got workers. Those very people that are working in the speaker's office, most of them, their highest salary is 1,000. Besides that, for the whole month. You come down 600, 300, 400, suppose give $50, 125. This is a total nonsense of our budget in our country. Why is it our budget is not effective? And this is the reason why the Liberia should rise as an team and tell our government.
Okay,
Musa. We need a country budget that will affect the life of our people. Okay, that's the kind of budget we need.
Okay.
We care.
Thank
For
you.
me, the Asom case, okay, 1 second, okay. The Asom case, I know it's a trash. At the end of the day, they're going to trash that case, and they will delay it, and they will call, they'll be going from Supreme Court down to lower court, from Supreme Court down to, until it dies perpetually. Trust me, because they don't have evidence, and they will never have evidence. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. We take Lawrence Spencer, then we call you a day.
Thank you. Thank you for speaking, my brother. You know, they play the country and the brand manager, they take his phone and read the vote more open than where we are. For me, you be asking the funny looking supporters in the community how they rescue. I mean, these people, their wickedness is beyond undescribable, my dear brother. And that very cool man. I mean, that's the only thing he know how to do. That's the only thing the lens of Kun know how to do, to steal, to manipulate the country. That's what the business thing to do. Look at the budget the guy saying this year they needed 1.6 billion for priority sectors. But look at the budget. You got barely over 200 million going to priority sectors. What can 200 million do to affect the lives of the Liberian people? The rest of the money is shared between them. In the executive, the bottom one is sending across the road. So is this how you can rescue our country and kind? Is this how our people's life will be improved? The people in Kawike, the people in Bacon, when Mr. Arizona comes from, is this how their life will be improved by this government? Look, it's disgusting, and that's the reason for me. Anything that look appear like actions, mass citizen action, civil action against this government, I'm in for it. We will stay with the same people. And in the subsequent time, we ourselves, we the political party ourselves, if our big people say, for them, maybe some of them here, they got their air condition, pick up and they ride. Those are all who working by land, counting less what we say in like Europe, who will rally the people in the community And we're still not believe guys. The country is going down the hole, and we cannot sit down and be pretending that all is well and all is not well. This is frustrating. You cannot grab a budget, and we see money going to holes that people cannot account for. That is a poor country. Why people behaving as though with daily on money? It's unfortunate. Be better. Pregnant women getting killed. People to JFK, they are in hostage. What's this? I mean, we cannot sit down here. I mean, a liberal man going away somewhere else, but they're going to destroy the country, and everybody's sitting alley buying. We're just talking. It's frustrating, guys. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave and be back here on tomorrow. Yeah, by tomorrow we'll be here to do the final version of Freedom Hub for this week. We'll not be on Freedom Hub until maybe after the Christmas. That's what's gonna happen. So until then, have yourself a wonderful time. We will return here on tomorrow for the last edition of the week on Freedom Hub on 87.9.